Hi, welcome back to my channel. So basically we've been doing a 4x4 challenge where we've been cooking 4 meals for 4 days for 4 people. Last night we done the shepherd's pie. If you want to look at my videos you can take a look at that and just get a recap of what we've been doing. Also when we went shopping we done a video, so we spent less than 20 quid for the ingredients for 4 meals. So today I did curry lamb chops. It's a dish I've done in the oven. I slow cooked it for quite a while, served it with rice. So it is a really nice dish, and I got my inspiration from a curry goat recipe, which I know. If you don't want to do it in the oven, you can do it on the hob. As I said in the video, you can do it on a slow cooker. But I would suggest taking the lid off quite a while towards the end to let a lot of the steam evaporate and thicken the sauce. Also in the oven I'll take the foil off of the dish if you're cooking it in a tray, or if you're doing it in a pot with a lid, I'll take the lid off as well towards the end for the last hour to give it a chance for the sauce to thicken. Right, so basically to get started what we're going to do is we are going to just soak the rice in some boiling water for a little while, and then afterwards we're going to wash it. So what we're doing when we do this is we're removing some of the starch from the rice, and it prevents it from getting sticky and like having like clumpy and sticky texture. It's just much better if like some of the starch is removed. So we're just going to put the rice in. I'm going to put a good amount. Actually, I haven't got much left in this bag. Might just use it all. Right, yeah, we're going to soak it all. Oh, I hope that's enough actually. This brand is Liberty. I got this from Tesco, I think. The huge 5 kilo bag was about £4. It was on offer. I used Layla as well, which is quite a good price. I use anything that's on offer, to be honest with you. Even the own brand ones are pretty good. A lot of people only like use Tilda and stuff, and I think the thing with that is that it's just basically been washed more, and that's what you're paying for. I could be wrong, maybe you might not be. I'm not actually 100% sure with that, so don't quote me on that. But with rice, I just use any brand basically. I think rice is rice at the end of the day. It's all come out the ground, and you can't really brand that. It's not a product that you're making or something like Coca-Cola. It's a natural raw product. So I'm just going to put that in the pot and leave that to soak for like an hour, maybe an hour and a bit, and then that will get some of the starch out, and then I'll give it a wash in the sink over and over again with some water, and just to remove some further starch on that. Right, so basically the chops, I've defrosted them, and they actually smell and look amazing. I'm going to actually fry them off and brown them off now, and I haven't got my camera woman today, so you have to excuse me. And I also wanted to mention about the rice, which I didn't mention a moment ago, was that I haven't included it in the budget because I'm guessing majority people have actually got rice in their cupboard. But if you haven't, then you can actually grab like a small bag for £1 or something. Have a look around and see what you can get, but you can grab a small bag of rice definitely and add that on, so obviously it will be a little bit more than £20. So basically I'm just browning off the lamb chops now, and I've preheated the oven to 250 degrees Celsius. Sorry if you can see that. And yeah, I'm just cooking them off a bit to get ready to put in the pot, to put in the oven. Okay, so basically what I've done is I've browned off the lamb chops, and I'm now currently frying 3 onions in the fat that's come off the chops. Well, I did put a little bit of oil in the pan at first, so I'm just going to lightly fry these, and they're going to go in the pot, which I'm actually using a slow cooker pot, which is slightly wrong, but it's a big pot and I really like it, so I'm going to put foil on the top of it. But so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer these as they are over into the pot to get ready for them to go into the oven. And we're going to add the carrots, which we pre-prepared last night, and yeah, just put them in there. And I just basically put some kitchen towel underneath to soak off some of the oil off the chops. So they're in the pot now. When them onions have gone translucent, I'll add them in, and the carrots. I'm going to add a bit of thyme in, and I'm going to put a little bit in, and I'm going to tie some string around it. Do not use this blue string that it comes with, because it will turn your food blue. All the dye will come out of the string. I've made that mistake before. So plain white string that hasn't been coloured is safe to use if you want to tie some in, because it's annoying picking up sticks out of your food, but it really flavours the food, that does, like, to a nice flavour. So yeah, we're just cracking all this. I'll boil the kettle because we're going to top it up with some water, and I'm going to put some foil over the top. Now, you can actually do this in a slow cooker. I have actually done it, but the only issue that I have with that is the slow cooker, you have to take the lid off and then let it cook for quite some time afterwards. Like, you cook it for a while with the lid on, and then you take the lid off the slow cooker, and because you want the gravy and the sauce to thicken. Now, the potato that we're going to add, that helps with that, but you also need some of the liquid to evaporate. So when you do it in an oven with foil on top, and you leave like a little gap, I'm going to put 2 pieces of foil on that and leave a gap in the middle, it will actually thicken the sauce. Whereas if you was doing it with a slow cooker, you'd have to take the lid off after a while and let it cook like that for a bit. Also, we're using 3 onions for this, and we're going to put some potato in. My nan always used to say this, like during the war they used to bulk up their meals with potato and things like that, but we're going to bulk up the meal a bit to give it more, to make it go further basically. So we're going to add some potato and obviously the onions. I mean, like, a friend of mine always says that certain Chinese restaurants always add loads of onions into their foods to try and make money off you. But I don't know about that. I can't comment on that. But sometimes you do get a Chinese and it's got a lot of onions in it. But yeah, the trick is to add like these 3 onions and the potato and the carrot, and it will bulk up the meal a bit and make it a bit more. So yeah, we've got like more to work with, and we've got like a proper big pot of food going on. Looks like quite a lot of meat for the £5. I think that's quite a good value, to be honest, from Iceland for that bag of chops. So yeah, we're cracking on. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put these onions on here to soak the oil off them, and then I'm going to tip them into the curry and hope that none of the paper sticks, but I don't think it will. It should be okay. This one seems like a good quality one. So that's what I'm going to do to get the oil off a bit, and then I'm just going to push a bit on top, and then I'm going to tip them into the curry. Okay, so what I've done is I have tied a little bit of string around this bunch of thyme that I took from that bunch there, and I've cut up 3 cloves of garlic and half a Scotch bonnet pepper, and I'm just going to put that in with the frozen carrots and the chops, and then I'm going to top it up with water and sprinkle a bit of curry powder on it. Then I'm going to cover it with foil and put it in the oven. Guys, I forgot to mention I put 2 large potatoes in there. And basically now what I'm doing is I'm just sprinkling a bit more curry powder in, and I'm going to top it up with some boiling water and then cover it with foil and then place it in the oven. So I'm just doing it so it covers. Let's give it a mix. that's ready to go in. So what I'm doing now is I'm just washing the rice. So I don't know if you can see, but the water's not very clear. So I'm just going to be stirring the rice like this with my hand and rinsing it and then emptying out the water. And I'm just going to do that as many times as I can until the water runs as clear as possible. So basically, we're just going to have a look how the curry's doing. So this is like a low and slow kind of a dish. So it's going pretty good. Looks pretty good now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab a fork and we're going to mash the potato a little bit in on the edge of the dish, and then we're going to break up some of the meat a little bit. It's falling off the bones now and it's cooked really, really well. This is actually nearly cooked now, so it's actually pretty ready. So we're just going to thicken the sauce a little bit by mashing the potatoes on the side of the dish and into the curry, and that will thicken it up a bit. And then I'm going to leave the foil off of it and put it into the oven literally for like maybe another half an hour. This is a low and slow dish, so this curry's actually been cooking for roughly about 2 to 3 hours in the oven, but the results are amazing and it's really worth it. But as I said earlier, you can actually do this in a slow cooker and go away and leave it to cook for the day, and it actually really does smell amazing. But just remember to take the lid off of the slow cooker at the end for a little bit. Basically, the rice is cooked, yeah, and it's done. So I'm going to dish up the food now because it's done. But to be honest with you, I've actually cooked this for over 3 hours now. It's actually been in the oven for quite a while and it is actually cooked now. So I'm going to dish up, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I've cooked this low and slow for quite a number of hours and it's come out really well, but I'm just saying I'm not very good at doing my times. So I just kind of use my eye and see when something's done. So the curry is nicely done. So I've just plated up the rice. So I'm going to dish up the curry. Now you can debone yours if you've got kids or fussy adults. I personally like a bit of bone in mine. But yeah, you can debone it and dish it up. It looks amazing. So there you go, you've got 4, I think, quite full plates of curried lamb chops there, and looks amazing. So let's tuck in. So basically, seeing as that this week we're doing our dishes like the Iceland edition and the £20 we spent in Iceland, something I wanted to share with you, which I've noticed, is I bought this fairy liquid about 2 weeks ago in Iceland and it was £2, and then I bought this one today and it was £2, and we've got some shrinkflation going on here. So this is 1350 mils and this is 1150 mils, so they've taken off 200 mils of washing up liquid and you're still paying the same price, £2, for this bottle of fairy, which I thought this was really good value, but now it's gone down. I'm just like, oh no, like, because that's like quite a few dishes, that 200 mils. With this washing up liquid, what I find is if you've got this at the side of your sink and you're washing up, it's quite heavy for your wrist, and I'm quite quick if I'm washing up to put a bit on my sponge and that. So what I do is I bought a packet of travel containers from Poundland, and I just transfer a bit from this bottle into this like a few times a week or whatever, just to keep my washing up liquid topped up and so it's easy to use. What I've noticed with washing up liquid and when you're washing up is when you soak the dishes in it, if you add a little bit of bleach to the soaking pans and whatever, it gets like those really like tough on stains out. Also what I wanted to mention is a budget washing up liquid, which is 35p from Asda. I think this is a really good washing up liquid. Like, I didn't have a lot of money on me the other day, and I grabbed a bottle, and I've been using it in the bathroom just to like wash the bath around and that. But it's just as good as like the own brand supermarket ones that are like 70p or 80p each. So for 35p, if you're short on cash, definitely get that one. That's from Asda, and it's Asda Smart Price washing up liquid. So if you could, please like and subscribe if you like the videos, and keep watching.